Hey guys, welcome back. It's time. We're gonna scrutinize CGC a little bit. We're gonna take a look at this. I had a couple people reach out to me. Thanks to those who did. We have CGC, who is, I guess they Photoshop their advertising when they have customer cards and they use it for advertising. They're doing the old Photoshop Reno, which is it's a little bit weird. It's the whole thing is weird to me. I kind of get it, but I think like it's another one of those weird things where I also don't totally understand when people are photoshopping stuff for a YouTube thumbnail instead of actually just like posing and holding the actual item. It's always a little bit strange to me. I'm sure there's some reasons for that. Maybe the thumbnail person needs to make a couple bucks, so that you got to give them some extra work instead of just holding up the product for them. Maybe it looks better in some cases. Usually it doesn't. Usually it's awkward, but maybe that's also effective because it's like one of those. It's you can't stop looking at it because it's so bad, and then you end up clicking on it because maybe you're paying more attention to it. Regardless, we're talking today. We got this ad in particular with we have CGC trading cards who posted a couple perfect 10s, and as you guys can see here, probably the does not look like a perfect 10 on either of those, but it seems like they just oopsie doopsied in their process here. So you can like look how thin this bad boy is up at the top here, and I know what you're asking. Why would they do that? Why did they not just take images of these cards? Maybe it's a time thing. Maybe the grader that's spending less than 30 seconds on this can't take the time to take proper photos of it. I mean, they have to take scans of them regardless. So someone had noticed, I guess a few people had noticed the fact that they changed the photo on their Facebook post. So here's the updated one. I'm still going to argue that Mewtwo doesn't look like a perfect 10 to me, but maybe my eyes are faulty. Maybe it's them just photoshopping it poorly once again. But you can see here, there was actually more meat on this Charizard, on the perfect 10 Charizard, than the original post. We'll read through their post here. I'm going to give some thoughts, some opinions on this, and maybe a little bit of a theory craft on what happened, why exactly we're seeing what we're seeing here. And again, I don't know. I'm not totally sure why this is even a thing. We have CGC Trading Cards who posts, check out this beautiful alternate artwork introduced in V-Star Universe. The designs of the Mewtwo and Charizard V-Star are connected to depict one battle. Being able to see the perspectives of each legendary Pokemon during this battle makes this card incredibly unique. I mean, so unique that they printed it in English again, and one of them is a promo in a box that you get every time. To add to the rarity, these two alt art cards are each graded CGC Perfect 10. So that's the thing too. Like when you're posting Perfect 10s, you got to make sure they look like Perfect 10s. Like I don't know who approved this beforehand. Somebody that wasn't taking enough time or doing their job, I guess. But am I going to say it? Maybe the type of company that doesn't take enough attention, doesn't have enough attention to detail, like grading in general, for the most part. I know. Somebody in the comments is just furiously typing right now. They're like, Rattle, but you hate grading, so this is biased. I don't know. This is just a fun little video for a Sunday upload. What other Pokemon would you like to see get a similar card treatment in 2023? Let us know in the comments. Okay, so like we got some fluff. Somebody got paid to write that. And we have the fix. Like that Mewtwo is bad. And like for Japanese cards that are usually very centered, it's a little bit painful to look at. I don't know, like they're not always perfect, the Japanese cards, but typically less issues with centering, etc. Damaged straight from the pack. We have seen a lot of weird texture shift and stuff is going on recently, so I don't know if they're like pumping up their production numbers and making more mistakes, or if it's just more people are collecting Japanese, so we see more of those mistakes actually popping up, where the majority of probably was being sold within Japan in prior times. So we have Devin here who asks, y'all Photoshop for ads? And Paul Sandler, the head G-baller, CGC enthusiast CEO Max to the balls says all the cards we post are dropped into a template. This card is perfectly centered in our cert verification photo. So then he shows us the actual photo. We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to see why they probably did that. So Devin says, what was this then? So he's showing the previous photo that was uploaded. And Paul says, like I said, the design team drops the card into the holder template. There was indeed a mistake when dropping this card into the template. It made it appear that the card was off center, when in fact was perfectly centered. I don't like using the word perfect, but regardless, here's what the actual card looks like, and here's why they probably used the template, which is the fact that it's very dirty, and maybe is the background thing. You would think that they could snap another photo. I guess it's like an afterthought. They're like, hey, look, it's somebody, Johnny Fingerbutt. He graded a Charizard V-Star and it was perfect. He didn't have enough time to snap clean pictures of it outside of the standard one that they provide. But you know what? The whole thing is just kind of weird to me. I wouldn't think that this would be the case. Like if you're proud of your case, your graded slab, how it looks, if you're going to grade something a perfect 10 and advertise it, surely you want to make sure at least I would think you want to make sure it's actually a perfect 10 and a photo of the actual card. So you're going to get scrutiny regardless when you start calling stuff perfect. Same with the black labels. I've seen countless black labels that are more off-center than my grandma's titties, and damn it, it's bad. But someone that day, whoever was working, it wasn't Johnny Fingerbutt. He works at CGC. It was probably nose picker Ryan. Yeah, a picture of the actual card in the actual case, and that's what we have here. If it's something amazing, maybe have that grader take an extra 30 seconds on the 30 seconds or less it took them to grade and slab the thing, bring it to some sort of pre-stage photo area, similar to one that already exists that took this photo that's on screen. Those are the photos that you're using anyway. I don't know, maybe you can have your purple nurple background, like the one that you Photoshop in, or just have it on a green background with a ring light or a diffuser or something like that, so that you get less glare on it. It's weird. It's super hack that you'd be able to just do this stuff instantly, and you wouldn't have to pay somebody to Photoshop it poorly, and then people are wondering what's going on. So maybe they're ashamed of all the pubes, the dead skin cell scratches, little plastic bits that are left over from their cases, which I'm assuming most of these companies get them all made in China, and they're just pumping them out. So you're going to have like little debris and junk all over them, especially when they're as clear as they are here. Some people like the clear case, but also it's going to show blemishes and anything that gets caught up in there or stuck to it. It's plastic, so you're going to get hairs and all kinds of junk stuck to it. So those are going to get left over in the actual scans, unless, you know, and it's a real shame that they don't take the time to remove that debris. But in this case, are going to take the time to Photoshop your cards and use them for their advertising. Interesting how they do that, right? So I don't know. In my opinion here, if the scans don't meet their expectations for their advertising, maybe they need to set that up better. It's kind of comes down to that. You would think that it's a one-time setup, and the cost is maybe the upfront cost is quite a bit to keep everything clean. Maybe they need to, at this point in time, I personally don't believe that any of them actually do review the cards, even though they say they have like a review, somebody that looks through them all. We've seen cards upside down. We've seen them with the wrong language. We've seen all kinds of ridiculous crap that indicates the fact that there's no way they're going through these twice, and they're not taking their time on the first time through. So if you guys want to believe that there's actually a quality control aspect where a second employee is actually looking through all of these, either they're pretending to at work and getting paid to do nothing, or it's just a lie. It's smoke and mirrors. So, yeah, I don't know. I always find it kind of odd how these companies decide to advertise using customers' cards, sometimes without reaching out to the submitter themselves. And I've seen even where like people are upset because they graded something that they didn't necessarily want other people to notice, or they wanted to like at least have the card back and be able to post it themselves on their own social media. So I don't know. Maybe it would be nice of them if your card is chosen as this like special thing that they need to advertise with. That's something that maybe they waived you the fees on that cards. Maybe they ask you beforehand just in case you want to post it on your own social media, etc. But I don't know. It's probably mentioned in the submission form or terms or whatever, but it still kind of feels weird. Another little note, I guess, is the fact that like you're paying somebody to Photoshop all of this crap. They posted it. I would imagine that this probably got posted on multiple platforms, but it's weird to me. It's always weird to me when like a company that's like a big company that wants to be like a big baller company, when they're getting like 12 likes on their advertising and stuff like that. Like that's a little weird to me. Like, yeah, if it was Johnny Fingerbutt when he goes home and he posts his collection on Facebook, maybe he gets 12 likes. And the only comments on here, it's still not as bad as Liquid Marketplace, but the only comments on here are like people criticizing the fact that the Photoshop was so damn bad. So you're paying somebody to post it on Facebook with the CGC account. You're paying Paul to post a response to the people that are like, what the crap is going on with this Perfect 10? You paid someone to Photoshop it twice. You paid someone to take a picture of it initially. Like it seems like it just seems pretty sloppy. It's pretty sloppy. I mean, is that what we should expect? Probably. I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I'll let you guys go. Let me know what you think down below. I don't know. There's got to be just a better way to do this. Get them, even if you need to have an air hose next to the like photo booth section. I should have had the image. I can't remember if I showed that in Booze News or not, but they had like every now and then the person that's like pushing them in to like take a photo of them can't even be half-assed to like pull their hand out. So you got like fingers that are in there holding the cards, or they're like sideways or upside down and stuff. It's a joke that this entire process isn't like severely automated in terms of like it gets graded. The photo upload, and even on this end with the advertising stuff, there's no excuse for it. Like this is sloppy, lazy work. But I guess that's what we come to expect from grading companies, right? Right, guys? CGC. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Join the Discord. See you guys next time. Bye.